Hey guys, it's Eagle, and welcome back to another episode inside a technological journey. In the last episode, we spent a lot of time getting that gold chain up and running, maybe a little more than I needed to, but I just wanted to play around with it and have some fun. Today, I think the goal is going to be get ourselves our EBF up and running. I should have all the materials we need for that, so just going to be a little bit of crafting here in the beginning, but if you are enjoying the series so far, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to continue to watch me get through this pack. So let's get going. So first thing we want to do, as you can see, I have this blast furnace quest pinned on the right side here, and all we got to do is just create the necessary components. I have all the machines prepped and ready to get the stuff crafting, so we just got to get going on it. So I guess the first thing we'll start with is the blast furnace itself. So we need some heat-proof invar casing. We should have some plates and stuff made already. Yep, some plates and some rods. So let's go ahead and get that going here and here. All right, we're gonna need more than that, but that's just for the start so I can do the math. There we go, there's the blast furnace made. I think we'll end up making more of these, but I think for right now, as far as our power generation goes, we're just gonna stick with the steam turbines, and I believe we're gonna need 4 of them to power this thing up to MV 1 amp. So that's gonna be the goal. So that's done. So we need import, output, LV muffler, 10x heat-proof invar casings. We have 2, so we need to do 3 more crafts of those, at least. All right, get rid of that, get rid of that. Need input hatch, so we're gonna need a few of these machines, these LV machine holes. All right, and the input hatch. Okay, we need an input bus. Okay, we also are going to end up making a input hatch for fluids, just in case we can speed it up using excess. I think it's nitrogen. I think it's different depending on the material you're using, but we'll just start with that. So input hatch, good. We need an output bus. We need an output hatch. Let's just start with the muffler first. Need some more steel plates. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get some of that made, and then we can explore a little bit in our chests. Into the bender. Get that cooking up. Now, while that's going, I want to talk about the steam setup. I'm thinking about making another layer of these. So we'll double up on the boilers, double up on this 3 coke oven setup. And then we're going to hopefully use the excess wood that we're getting from our tree beacon. I might end up moving it out here. And if I didn't start this last episode, but I made a little balcony out here just for some more room. So yeah, we can maybe get some stuff going out here. That aren't the machines, so they don't explode out in the rain. Or maybe I'll build a roof on it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But that's just a little extra area that we ended up making. And also, I don't know if you could catch a peek of that, I also ended up building this new room. And this is going to be where we're going to house our blast furnaces for the time being. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to orient them or put them in here, but I think it's a good start for right now. In terms of space. So the base is coming along. It's growing ever slowly, but it is growing, so that's nice. So we do have an extra part of the base now. Go ahead and grab some of these steam for these steel plates. I'm cooking up some more steam, so we should be all right on that. Or more steam, more steel. Okay, so we have an input and an output bus. LV output bus. And then we need our muffler hatch. We're gonna need another one of these. Okay. Need another motor. Inventory's getting a little crazy. All right, let's put these in our backpack. Okay, that's going to save us some space. And I think the last things we need are the copper nickel coil blocks and the energy hatches. So let's start with the, I guess we need 2 LV energy hatches, which will allow us to accept 2 amps of LV into each of them. Okay, LV energy hatch. Energy output. Energy input hatch. We need this bad boy. Probably gonna need some more steel while we're doing that. Let's check the recipe for the copper nickel coils. So it looks like we need an excess of 10. This is the recipe we're gonna use down here. The 10, the mica insulator foils, and 2x copper nickel wires. So we're gonna need quite a bit of those. I don't know if we're gonna have enough copper nickel. I have 2 stacks. I guess we can start with this. I thought I had some tin somewhere. I must have turned it all into rotors, unfortunately. So let's grab a stack of tin as well and get that into the proper machine down here. Oh, we do have some in here. Okay, well, that's not bad. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but let's go ahead and get started on that. We need it into our assembling machine. Put in the tin, and put in the wires, we can put in the foils, and that should just go ahead and cook us up as many as we can make. So I don't know, so it's 8, so we're gonna need, I think this might be the exact amount that we're gonna need. Actually, it's gonna give us exactly 16 of these copper nickel coil blocks, so we'll let those go. We should be ready to make that very soon. Get the rest of our steel plates, head back up here, make the last of our components that we're gonna need. So we need the energy hatches. We need to make some more tin cable. Rubber sheets. I know I have rubber sheets somewhere. Yep, I made a bunch of them. I melted some rubber down and did it in a little bit better fashion, so I wasn't just compressing this rubber down. All right, let's get more of these cables. We're gonna need 2 of those. There we go. And that should be just about everything we need. Let's put this stuff back in here. Tin cable can go back. All right. I think that we are going to need one of those extract modules that we had going in the gold chain room, which I still have not upgraded the power situation in there. It still can't run everything all at once, but that's okay. Hopefully in today's episode we can start doing some research into some other power methods. So I think I built this in a way where the chunks are not in a terrible spot. It's not great. There was no really good way to sync it up. So I'm thinking I will probably put them up against this wall just because I feel like that gives us the most space. And it'll be easy for us to route some cables and stuff around. So let's figure that out. Let's get out all of our materials that we're going to need. Okay. Need all these. Oh, I need the copper nickel coil blocks. Those are the most important. And there we go. That should be everything. Cool. Well, that wasn't too bad. That went a little bit easier than I thought it would. Now, before I do that, I've been wanting to make this for a while. So let's get the... I think I made it, did I? I didn't make the... Did I make it? Let me check the quest book. I did make it. I just gotta find my freedom wrench somewhere. I want to try this out and see what it actually does. There we go. Found that. So what does this do? Right-click the air block, remove the projection. Sneak right-clicking the air block, switch mode. Right-click the controller block, it builds a projection. Sneak right-click the controller block, it adjusts the spins and front facing of the controller. Oh, okay. So we need to place this down first, looks like. And then we can see what we want to do with it. Let's get that in here then and try it out. All right, so let's still go ahead and start by building it in this corner. We're gonna have a whole line of them, I believe. We'll probably have 2 doubles. I'm not gonna make a quad, I don't think. I'm just not sure how easy that's gonna go. So let's just start with this one for right now. And shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so let's just go ahead and hit this. What block is gonna be underneath of it? It's on the bottom middle. Okay, well that makes it a little bit easier. So bottom middle, we want to give ourselves some space. So probably gonna go right here. Okay, and we want to right click, and that gives us the projection. That's pretty cool. So then let's put the muffler hatch goes on top. Did I not make a maintenance hatch? Is that not required for this? Did I not make one? Why do I have 3 LV input? Oh, I think one of them was meant to be a... I think one of those was meant to be the maintenance hatch, but we have 3 of those now. Oh, good. That is just awesome. So let's get that done. I don't know how I missed that. Put some of this stuff back that we're not going to need immediately. Okay, and let's get that maintenance hatch made before we do this. I must have just accidentally made another LV energy hatch, which is no big deal because we're gonna need more. Okay, energy hatch. Do I have a maintenance hatch anywhere? Maintenance hatch. Oh, this is not what I was expecting. We need a crowbar. Interesting. Is there a steel variant? Surely there must be. Is it on one of the last pages? Oh no. Can you not make one? Okay, well, let's just try to make an iron one then for right now. Not a huge deal. You just need the rods. Oh no, there is. Okay. I don't know how I missed that. Anyway, now we can take our maintenance hatch. And we just need one of these. And there we go. There's our maintenance hatch. All right. And they did give us some duct tape for that quest, so I'm definitely going to end up using that on this. So put this maintenance hatch in. This looks like it's the output. These are the 2 inputs. And this is the fluid input hatch. Let's do the fluid input hatch on this side. The output here, input here. Muffler hatch will be in the top. I think this is just, that's not necessary. Get out of here, son. Busy, can't you see? Okay. Let's fill the rest of this up. Actually, what is this block? What in the world is that block? Are these just meant to be the... Pretty sure these are just the energy hatches. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So it's just set up for 1 MV energy hatch. I think this would be a fluid output, which I'm not super concerned about right now. So we're just going to hang out on that. And then we should just need... This should be everything we need. Let's just keep building. And the muffler... Fill this in. And then the muffler hatch goes right on the top. rotate that. Nope, it worked. All right, there we go. Has problems. It's got a lot of problems, but I'm not worried about that because I'm gonna go ahead and take out my duct tape. If I can figure out what I did with it, I think it might be back in that other chest. Should be in this bottom right one. There we go. There's our duct tape. And we're gonna go ahead and use it on our first one. May as well. All right. Let's do. I'm also wondering. I might just move this whole block back one, and then have those energy hatches facing downward. But we'll see. Hit the right click on this block. Can I not use this? Am I missing something? How? I'm so confused. Have duct tape in your inventory and press a square in the hatch. Oh, okay. So it's in my inventory. Press a square. There we go. Okay. Always forget about that. So this should be good. And I think now I want to get my wrench. It's fine for right now. So we don't have anything going on here, but we're gonna need some space down here for our steam turbines. So put that here. We're gonna need 4 of them, all getting steam. Our fluid conduits in here. Okay. There are our fluid conduits. We're probably going to need some more tin cable. Actually, I probably need to adjust this so it's not as far down. What would be the best way to do this, I wonder? Can I do it in like a... Let's see, can I use... How do I want to do this? So we want the cables coming down. And then they need to go into the sides of the machines. So I guess maybe it is best for them to go there. Okay, so we're gonna need 2 more 10 cable. Let's grab those. See if we can get this thing powered up. Oh good, I forgot I can't get down there. All right, so let's put these on. Digging a big old hole, did not want to dig. Okay, so then now we can put the ender tank on top here. Set these all to insert. That should be on extract. I'm gonna put that in there. And these are producing power now. Very cool. So let's take the time here and just fill this back in. Don't really need it to be that big of a hole because I feel like this setup is going to be redone for a while. Okay, so this should be getting power. It looks like it is. It says no problems found, distinct buses, no. So that should be everything. So we need to just put our inputs in here and we should get our outputs in here. So let's go grab ourselves some chests back at the base. Probably gonna upgrade them both to copper at least. So let's get a couple copper upgrades. Oh, there's a wood to iron. Maybe I should do that instead. Yeah, let's do that. One, two. And I guess the first thing we're going to want to make, if we look here at the quest book, is going to be these aluminum ingots. And I think I washed a bunch of aluminum. Yep, so we do have some aluminum that we can put in there, which is nice. Decent amount, actually. At least to start. We're going to have easier ways of getting more aluminum here very, very quickly. We can start electrolyzing clay dust down, so we've got options. Well, let's start by getting these chests set up. There we go, and we should be able to just put this in here, and hopefully... Huh. Okay, well, why is this not cooking aluminum? Let's double check this. Blast furnace. Okay, so I need a integrated circuit set to 1 before it will start making anything. Not too bad. I did also take the time to make up a decent sized batch of primitive processors. I made like 35 of them, so we could get hopefully all the stuff we need to where we can start making the easier second tier of LV circuits. So that should be enough. But anyway, what was I doing? I was getting the... I think I have one somewhere in here. Thought I did at least. I do. There it is. This one's set to 24. We don't want that. Set to 1. And we're going to set this bad boy inside our electric blast furnace. And that should be a pretty nice upgrade for us. There we go. This thing's rocking and rolling. Not sure why this thing doesn't glow, like I've seen in some videos, but maybe it's because I have Optifine on. That would make sense, I guess, but it's really hard to tell that it's running. Machine needs more energy. Oh God, why is that? Do I have to set up a 5th one? I can't even accept that. I mean, it is... This one's not getting really anything. Surely there's got to be a better way to do this. Am I losing too much power through the cable? Let's try adding a 5th one, but we're also going to need to then subsequently get a larger cable. Yeah, we're gonna need a larger cable if we do that. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna need to make bigger cables, and hopefully that extra 32 will allow us to not need more energy. So take the usage of this, we can make the 8x. That should be plenty, but we're gonna need more. We're gonna need more than that. That's still not gonna be enough, is it? Do I need more tin cables? Yeah, I do. Damn. Okay. Well, let's just continue to go with this. I guess it just, over the course of the few blocks it goes, it just doesn't quite have enough to run it at full uptime, which I guess I should have expected that, but no big deal. So we'll just have to let this thing go for a second and get ourselves some more cables. Where are these going? Oh. Put this stuff away. All right. Hoping I can get better cables here soon. I think once we get into the petrochemistry, we can start making some copper cables for the MV stuff. As far as the LV wires are concerned, or cables, there's not really a whole lot of options that are really any better. Yeah, I mean, what do we got here? The only thing we have in LV that has 0 loss is this superconductor, which I don't think we can make yet. Yeah, it looks like it needs some like crazy stuff, like liquid starlight. I have no idea. Or maybe zinc would be better. Tin also has 1 loss per block. Silver has also, or no, tin and zinc are the same. Lead is worse, but it can carry a higher amperage. Cobalt, same thing. Yeah, so it looks like currently our best options are the tin cables, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world. It's just not ideal. I wonder if, since there's native EU to FE and vice versa, if we can use any kind of Ender IO. Do they have Ender IO energy conduits in here? And if so, how hard are they to make? Let's see. They have an aluminum energy conduit. And they have 2? There's only 2 of them? Oh no. Stainless steel, titanium, tungsten steel. I guess our best option is this aluminum one. Looks like it can take 2048. Okay, well, maybe we need to hang on to that. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll try that at some point and see if it can move some power around. But for right now, let's continue to make ourselves these cables. What did I run out at? String, probably. No, more rubber. Our tree farm is currently overflowing, so I upgraded the chest out there to a diamond one, but it's going to be full here by the end of this episode if I had to make a guess. So we're going to need to deal with that at some point as far as the storage goes. I could use maybe a storage drawer system, and that shouldn't be the worst thing in the world to do, but okay, so we got 12 8x10 cable, and hopefully this will allow this to run at full capacity. Let's see. Just drop down here. Still needs more energy, huh? It's using 120, but we should have 150 something going through. Huh. Both these are full. Their buffers are full. Maybe it's just confused, because that does not seem like it's an issue. Let this thing go. In other news, while this thing's going, making us some aluminum, I have been doing some research into getting ourselves a channel Discord server, just so I can go in there and hang out with you guys, and you guys can chill out in there. I just thought it'd be something cool to have. And the plan is to maybe have some special ranks in there and stuff for people who are consistently in my videos helping me out and learning, and I'm learning from. So make sure those people are taken care of, and all you guys come in and hang out, maybe learn something from each other and just hang out generally. So very, very cool. So let's grab our first aluminum ingot out of there, and there we go. Cool. More aluminum dust. We can just feed that back in. This should, I don't know why it's saying it doesn't have enough power. I'm just really perplexed by this. Is it like, what is happening here? Can it not output enough? Oh. Okay, I think I know what's going on. It can't, the steam isn't coming out fast enough. What happened to our extract speed upgrade? What happened to that? Okay. Well, our extract speed upgrade is the problem. I'm willing to bet that. But I don't know where that went. So that's a problem. Did it end up in one of these? Okay, well, it looks like that was voided, so that's fun. Anyway, we should have a few more. We got some from a quest, but that's unfortunate. How do you make these? Oh, okay, they're not hard to make. I was going to be upset if they were going to be hard to make. Anyway, let's take our extract speed upgrade, and that should hopefully be the last thing we need. That might have been the issue the first time as well, but hopefully 5 is going to be fine for us. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but let's go ahead and put this on the extract. And maybe these guys are going to help get some more steam. It looks like they're filling up the buffer a little better, maybe. Yeah, it's filling up slowly but surely. I don't know if that's going to actually help us. But I don't know. Didn't seem like it was doing too much. Well, maybe it is working. It still says it needs more energy. So I'm unsure. So if any of you guys have any tips on what's going on here, or if there's a better early game way for me to power this, or if I needed to wait to get like biodiesel or something, I know that's going to be the next stage of the game that we're going to be kind of rolling into. But I don't know. I feel like you should be able to run these off 5 steam engines. That seems a little crazy to me, but oh, maybe it just needed to readjust. Okay, let's just not touch it and hope that it's okay. Awesome. There we go. So now we have 2 aluminum. Let's go ahead and read the quest book a little bit. Let's get out of harm's way in case any monsters want to come in and get mad at us. I did put a mega torch underneath our main part of the base here, but I might need to make another one over there. But let's check the quest book out. So there's energy hatches and important things. So let's go energy hatches. GregTech's energy hatches can take in 2 amps of power for the respective tier to make 1 amp of the next tier. For a multi-block, you can use 2 energy hatches. This would equal 4 amps or on one tier or 1 amp of the next. Yeah, so the 2 LV energy hatches that we have equal 1 MV amp. So that's why in that multi-block, when we had the preview set, it just had 1 MV energy hatch, I believe. I don't know if it was MV exactly, but it had a higher tier, so you only needed 1. So let's go ahead and check mark that. Important things about GTCE multi-blocks. GregTech multi-blocks have a unique feature. This is the ability to share blocks. All non-functional blocks can be shared between 1 or more controllers. This allows you to reduce the cost of more expensive multi-blocks. If you're a GregTech veteran, you may be confused about why multi-blocks take a little... Okay, so this is just saying why it doesn't form instantly. So we can wall share with the EBS. I guess that's what that's trying to tell us. We'll have to play around with that a little bit. We've had some issues with wall sharing some of our multi-blocks before, but we'll figure that out. Now, this vial processor part of the quest book, I'm not exactly sure the use case for it yet. It looks like it's just to get passive mob drops from different mobs. Maybe that's probably something I'll do off camera. It doesn't really seem like something I'm super interested in right now, but this farming station is definitely something that we're going to want to work on at some point, especially if we're going to have to get more steam boilers set up. That way we can have enough wood to feed them both. I don't know for sure if we'll even need to go that route because it's not seeming to be a problem so far. But it says here that you can use the farming station and have crafters set up to automatically make wooden axes because it needs axes to function. I did play around with this a little bit at the end of our Nomi Factory series. I didn't do too much with it. I didn't ever set up the crafter setup, but I could definitely try to do that here with the Ender.io simple crafters. I think that should be the thing that it wants us to use. But anyway, I would say that pretty much completes this chapter. I mean, I'll go through and complete up the rest of these quests. Oh, actually, one thing I did want to talk about, and this is going to be for those of you that are pretty familiar with this pack, it can maybe help me out a little bit. This drill, it needs a lot of these actually additions pieces, and I have not a single clue how to get them. In Nomi Factory, I could use the Atomic Reconstructor to get some of those items, but in this pack, if I look, there is no Atomic Reconstructor. So I don't know why. And then if you look at the manual, it tells you this is how you make them, but it doesn't have that in the quest It doesn't have that in the JEI. So I can't even make it, allegedly. So I don't know if there's something else I need to do. It also says down here that these were gotten from crystals, which if I do hit crystals, I do see that those are in the pack. That are these up here. But I have yet to find any one of those. And I even did some testing in a creative world, and I could not find any. I even turned off the realistic terrain generation and just have it set to default, but I could not find any of those. So if any of you guys have any idea on what I can do to help get some of those actually additions materials, that would be greatly appreciated, because I feel like there's a lot to be done there in actually additions, and if we are kind of stuck there, I'm not sure what we're going to do. I really don't want to resort to spawning in those items, but I might do it just to get the quest completed. But there's got to be a way, I would assume, but haven't quite figured that out yet. Anyway, 94% completion on the LV age, and we can move on into MV. Select our aluminum here. It gives us a little bit more dust. Basically, it looks like the main purpose of this is going to be easier circuit crafting. I think the first one that we're going to want to be going for is this electronic processor. I believe this is an LV. This is an LV processor. Yep, it is. And it just, all it's going to take is these capacitors and the central processing units. A lot of the other stuff we can make fairly easily. And this is going to be the one that we're going to want to batch craft and make loads of, because it should be a little bit easier to make, because we can use the circuit assembler, which we haven't had a chance to use yet, but even though we have it. But down here in the bottom left, at the sulfur dust quest, this is kind of talking about how we can start using, I think it's biodiesel, or biodiesel, maybe it's up here. Anyway, this is basically telling you how you can use, is it the biomass line? Maybe I'm confused. Or it's this one. Oh, well, maybe I'm mistaken. I could have sworn there was something in here about making biodiesel. But anyway, maybe that's something that's handled up here. Oh, it's this quest. This kind of tells you some stuff that you can do for the oil. So this is probably going to be something we're going to want to handle for oil. We may have to make a pump or a drilling plant. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to do yet, or if I'll just end up doing both just for the quest completion. But we're going to end up definitely wanting to do that. Chrome is going to be something that we're definitely going to need, so getting this advanced electrolyzer is going to be very, very important. Chrome is what we need for stainless steel, and that's what's going to get us into our next stage of circuits. So that's going to be super important as well. I've never really done anything with oil and petrochemistry, so I'm not super familiar with that, so that's probably going to take some time for me to figure out. It looks like it's going to take a lot of distilleries, chemical reactors, and stuff like that, but we'll have to see. Up here on the right, hydrogen and oxygen. This is basically saying that now that we are in MV, we can use the sodium hydroxide loop to get much faster oxygen to feed all of our setups, which is going to be super important, because as you remember in the last episode, oxygen was something that we had a lot of problems with. So give me a second here to kind of figure out where I want to go next, and then I will get back to you guys. All right, and we are back, and I think I've decided where I want to go next. I really want to play around with this oil setup. So doing a little bit of research here into the fluid drilling plant. It says that we need to get a solar sampler to figure out where the oil actually is, and we can make that. We can. But we do need to make an LV solar panel to do so. But it looks like if I make a solar fluid sampler, it'll give me one outright, which is very cool. So I can do this in LV. I can use 2 LV energy hatches to make this. If you look at this, it's a multi-block. This is definitely going to be something that we're going to want to do. But I think for right now, until we start getting our first diesel, and then we can maybe use some diesel generators to power this fluid plant, I think I'm going to go with this basic pump. And I'm not going to go with the steam one. I'm going to go with the basic one. And then we're just going to have to figure out how we're going to power it. It looks like it only takes 32, so we can just use one extra steam turbine to do that. So there's a lot of things we're going to need to do that. So let's go ahead and start with making the actual pump itself. Let's save that. We're going to need to make some more ender tanks. Or maybe I guess I could use a super tank for the... I guess it depends how many different types of fluid we're going to get out of this. So maybe we just have to wait until we get that up and running to see. But anyway, let's get started on the actual pump itself. I made some more tin cables as well. All right. What else do we need? We're gonna need 3 pumps. And it looks like we need more tin cable. Just make more of those. Need some more motors. We need some magnetic iron rods. I think I have enough iron rods in here. Yep, let's take 16 of these. Go put them down here in our polarizer that we built in between episodes. I didn't talk about that. But we can use the polarizer to get these things very easily magnetized. Yeah, so I don't know if I had the cluster mill, but I had the polarizer, the cluster mill to make the mica insulator sheets, ore washing plant. I just kind of did that for fun, just to see. I got another mixer, got a forming press to make the sheets. I got the assembling machine over here. I have another chemical reactor just for right now. I know it's very dirty right now, but that's okay. So there's our magnetic rods. Make ourselves some more motors. Okay. We need some rubber rings. Some bronze pipes. And that should be, after we make these pipes, there we go. There's our pump made. Very cool. So that's done and dusted. We are also going to need to make, we're going to need, let's see here. Let's make another steam turbine. I don't have any more bronze plates. Are you kidding me? What else do I need? More motors. Probably copper cables. Yep. So we need copper cables, bronze plates. Cables, bronze plates. Now I know this is not the most efficient way to go about doing this right now, but obviously as we go, things will become much, much easier for us to craft. Let this thing go a little bit. So it looks like all we're going to need for this is 1 steam turbine. We're going to need another endervoir. What else are we going to need? A super tank as well, probably. At least when we do make our fluid drilling plant, we are going to have one of our energy hatches already built, so that's nice. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So now we need another ender tank, which it looks like we need an ender pearl and a cauldron. So we have a cauldron. Ender pearls are in this chest. Cool, so now we have the steam for the steam turbine, power for that. Let's get a super tank. I'm not sure if this would be the best way to go about doing this. We need another one of these. Another motor. Okay. We need to do the LV machine hole again. And we need more steel. Oh my gosh. Good thing I'm cooking more steel, but geez, this takes a lot. We're making like another 8 stacks in our IPBF. This is just how it is, though. This is just how it is. Okay. And I need another LV machine hull. Yeah. And then I just looks like I need 2 more steel, which I should have. There's our another super tank built. So that should be everything we need to get the fluid drilling set up. Rocking and rolling. We're gonna need a way to build out there though. So I'm gonna need some. Let's put all this stuff away. Fluid conduit we're gonna need. Put that back, put that in there. Okay, energy hatch put back. The aluminum in there. And there we got some food. Okay, so now we need to get some blocks. Let's just use dirt since we have a good amount of it. Okay, so now let's go to sleep, and then let's go find ourselves. Let's go find ourselves a oil spout. Let's check the map. What is the closest one to us? Okay, so there's one down here on the coast. There's one up here to the northeast. Looks like that one's probably the closest. Got a good amount of them going all along the coast here. There's even one on land over here in the desert. Do I want to go with that one? I feel like the one on land might be a little easier for me to deal with, so let's do that. Let's figure this out. We just gotta travel down south there, and then we should be good. So I'm gonna travel there and get this thing built up, and then we'll see what we can do. All right, and we're back, and we made it to this oil spout here in the desert biome. And I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna build up there, gonna nerd pull up there, just like old times. And I think we just gotta place this pump right above it. Yeah, this thing's tall. Okay. So we want to place it. We want to place that right there. Also gonna need to put that down. We want to place our pump right there. Okay, so there we go. And this is gonna be the output. So I think we can just put super chest there, or the super tank. Dry fluid conduits coming out of there. Or maybe we'll auto input. Let's try to see if it'll auto input first. Okay. And then now we want to get power to this thing. So we're going to have to put power on one of these sides. We'll put the turbine. Can I even put it this way? No, it's going to go that. So we need to put a block here. Steam turbine here. Here we go. So now power is going into that as soon as we get steam going. We can put steam here. Fluid conduit. And set that to extract. This thing is getting power. And it is automatically going into the super tank. Very, very cool. I don't know how quickly this is going to go or how much of it we're actually going to get. It doesn't look like there's going to be too much of it. We're getting light oil. Light oil. What can we do with that? We can put it in the bronze boiler and distill it into sulfuric heavy fuel. So we're going to need to get a distillery built too. I wonder if a distillation tower would be possible for me at this point. Because then I can get all the different parts. Let's see. So this is an EV thing, so we're not gonna be able to do that. So we're just gonna have to set up different distillery. Can I change the? Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna have multiple different distilleries set up, one for each. Sulfuric heavy, sulfuric light, gas, and regular oil. Oh, there's a lot. Because we're going to need the naphtha. I know that for sure. Let's check the quest again. Yeah, so we're going to get the naphtha to start getting our polycaprolactam. Polycaprolactam. Polycaprolactam, polycaprolactam. That's how you say it. Okay, took me a little bit. I was like, what is that word? Every time when I'm playing this pack and I see a word I don't know, I have to do that a few times. So now it's polycaprolactam. Whatever. Anyway, okay. And after a little bit of time has passed, we have, I believe, drained this vein. It doesn't look like there's anything left down there. Nothing else was going on in here. And we have 178,000 buckets of light oil. So that's going to be a big thing we're going to want to do is start processing this light oil into the different parts, the different pieces of the oil in the distillery so we can get all these different things that we need for this quest here. So we can start dealing with that. And that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. It's definitely going to take a lot of distilleries. It's going to take even more power, but hopefully that is going to be not too bad to get our first diesel, and then maybe we can start running some diesel generators and kind of just keep this thing on loop, keep getting more oil. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to get this stuff all broken. All right. Had to build a roof on it just in case it started raining. I don't know if that's in this pack, but wanted to make sure. All right. Make sure we don't fall to our death here. Oh, it does look like there's some more in there, but it might have been too low for me. So maybe we can come back to this at some point. But let's go ahead and head home. Not going to fuss around with running back again. But that is very, very cool. So now we have a bunch of light oil ready to process. And now it's going to become, where do I want to process this oil? Because now that I'm thinking about all the different distilleries and stuff we're going to need, it looks like it's probably going to take another area of our base to even work here. So yeah, so I'm not really sure. So maybe I should build out a building here, or maybe I could use this room. This was originally going to be for the boiler. I need to figure this room out or fill it back in because it's the ugliest part of the base, and that is for sure. So I don't know. Let me figure this out, and let's see. So let's check the EBF real quick. So we got 22 aluminum in there. That's going pretty well, actually. I'm not too worried. I mean, that's pretty cool. I have a good amount of that. Okay, let's go ahead and start by making ourselves some distilleries. I feel like that's the first step, and shouldn't be too big of a deal. So distillery. All right, so we're gonna need the basic distillery or the advanced distillery, and we can't make that yet until we get the oil. So we need the basic. Need a blaze rod for that? Oh God. Blaze rods and pumps for that is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Do I even have any more blaze rods, or did I use them all? It looks like I used them all, so we're gonna have to make a quick trip into the nether, I guess. Teleport to our blaze. I guess we can just start knocking some of these bad boys down. I think 4 or 5 blaze rods for right now will be fine, just to see how many distilleries we're going to need. I think we're going to need 1 for each. Round robin the oil into each of them so we can get even parts. Get out of here. I think it's spawning slow. Earlier it was spawning like crazy. Now I can hardly get them to spawn. Don't be acting a fool. I don't want your boots. I don't want the boots. You don't even have feet. Where did you put that? You don't have feet, sir. That's ridiculous. So there's 3. Not getting super lucky with the blaze rod spawn. I might need to get some enchantments on my sword. Oh no, we're gonna catch on fire for sure. Oh no. Now they're gonna be able to fly out. Oh. Alright. One more batch of these spawns and we should be alright. Does it need more light? Like, does it go better if it's light? I can't remember. Who is firing at me? Get a clue. I have 1 heart and I didn't even notice. It is time to leave. It is time to leave. Head back to the portal. Or any gas kill us, please. Alright. Okay, so we have a little bit of blaze now. That was not too bad. Probably need to grind some more of that up at some point. Alright, let's start with making some distilleries. Okay, so we need more pumps. More pumps, more motors. Let's just make a bunch. We're going to need a bunch. Okay. We're going to need a lot more of these medium bronze pipes. We're going to need some rubber rings. Just make a decent amount of those bad boys. Pumps. Let's start with 4 for right now. And we need to make 4 of these casings, which I know we're not going to have enough steel for. Hopefully I didn't take all of the ones that were in here. Nope, 54 more. Perfect. All right, and we're going to need 4 LV machine holes. And there we go. And that should help us make our 4 distilleries. Actually, I'm missing something. I'm missing glass, but we have some. Now we can make the last 3. All right, there we go. So we've got some distilleries made. We've got a tank full of light oil that we can process. And I think, let's look at it here. So I can use it to get it into 3 different types. Sulfuric heavy. So we're going to use sulfuric heavy and sulfuric light. And the diesel, how does the diesel get made? So we're probably just going to set this up for the quest because it does say to use biodiesel, which I definitely want to do. Down here, if you look, there is a SNAD quest, so we definitely played around with that a little bit. So we can use SNAD and get ourselves mass amounts of biofuel. So that's going to be ideal for power generation, I believe, unless we just decided something different. But the main thing we're going to want to be getting out of this is this sulfuric naphtha. So, but we'll try to get 3 for the setup for this. Sulfuric naphtha. Okay, it looks like it's just going to kind of tell us what to do a little bit. Anyway, this is going to take me a lot of time to figure out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to play around with it a little bit, maybe figure out where I want to put this stuff. And by the next time you guys see me, hopefully I have an idea or maybe some plans even built or some machines even put down, and we can kind of get started on some petrochemistry for real. So got a lot accomplished today. I really do think we're in a good spot here. I may want to get some more of these EBFs running as well. But hopefully we get the power generation set up going to where we can support that, because right now we are struggling with power. That is something I'm not used to. So that's very cool. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. If you did like the video, please hit the like button. And if you are new, please hit subscribe and kind of just hang out with me here. Playing a lot of Greg Tech recently, so that is kind of what we do here. So that's all I got for you guys. It's been Eagle. Peace.